So yeah, we're here at day one of recording guitars at Mr. Bivens' studio, and we finally finished our first song. Jack and I have different guitar tones, but everything's set up so tomorrow I'll be able to come in and just start slamming through stuff. We're going to do Jonah now, right, Mr. Bivens?
That's right.
That's right, baby.
Jonah is a very, essentially a basic riff song. Without the drums and without the vocals, it wouldn't be nearly as cool as what it is. I can't speak too much on Jonah because I didn't write I wrote a couple riffs in it, but I didn't write as far as the lyrics go. That's more of a Jamie question, but I believe it has something to do with the same, almost the same dynamic as far as falling into something that you shouldn't be into and addiction and shit like that. But that's more of a Jamie question. Sorry, I can't answer that, but I can play it.
So the song Jonah actually it was the brainchild of Jamie. It was the first song that we actually adopted from his the songs that he brought to the table. It was over the winter that we were working on this, and he kind of brought the idea up. He had one called Rain, which we'll probably talk about in the next studio doc. But he had this song Jonah, and it was just very kind of simplistic, very early mid 2000s, just kind of like Chevelle sounding, super simple. The song ended up becoming, without rhythm sections and bridges and stuff, very, in my opinion, Tool sounding, and it's very big. It's a very big song, and as simple as it is, whatever he's brought to the table to change the kind of song around and kind of make it our own has made it very dynamic. So drums will come in or drop out, and the bass will come in and the bass will drop out, or guitars will come in and they'll drop out, or they'll come in all together at one time and just crescendo at an early part of the song that a song typically doesn't crescendo at.
Once you go fast there, once they go lower, that's when we bring it the second time around. We go back into after the fucking and we go.
Honestly, it's probably becoming one of my favorite songs on the EP, and it's more or less solely based around the vocals because the guitars are so just simplified but big and heavy sounding. And I think lyrically, it comes from a place that's similar to Hellbound Road, but much more inspired because Jack had written the lyrics to Hellbound Road, but Jonah comes from Jamie's personal space. It comes from his kind of brain. To me, it just wails because his emotion on the vocals really just shine through it all. And we've added a couple of parts to it, but realistically, it's a very vocally driven song, but it's also very heavy, and it's very mid 2000s ish. That it's just bam, I love Jonah.
Watch the show right, I'm gonna find it again. Don't know about it and the pain I've been in. Why am I always the voodoo doll you puncture when it seems?
The song Jonah, that was kind of my first real attempt at bringing something to the table at Birds of Squalor. I have a lot of metal and metalcore background, and that's kind of our first, really kind of intense song when it's got a lot of really kind of almost djenty parts, even though I wouldn't really call them djenty, but they've still got that whole following the drum beat, following the rhythm section kind of thing to it. But when it comes to the lyrics, the concept behind that song is not akin to Hellbound Road, but kind of waking up from a nightmare and realizing it was reality. And you're waking up in this state of, whether it's a hangover or coming down from a bad trip, or waking up with all these male or female bodies around you and realizing that you were just a part of an orgy and you had no idea, but hating yourself because of it. and wanting to make something better from that, saying, I can't keep doing this. I've got to change my ways. And that whole addiction thing being the whale in Jonah's biblical story that he was swallowed by. Turning that around, the song has this very kind of whirlpool going back into that mode kind of sense to it closer to the end. And what I always glean from that, especially from the lyrics as well, is that throughout the entire process I'm going, don't call me, and then when you call me, and then call me, because then I'm going right back into those problems that I try to get away from originally. It's like an addict that can never escape. They just end up getting swallowed up by the sea again, kind of thing. So that's the entire concept behind what I wrote for Jonah.
A hunger I found it, feel it again. You never know about it till the pain sets in. Try and press that bullet into my skull. All the damage I have under my skin again, how I follow. Don't call me Jonah. Imagine what it's like to feel this way when you call me.
My thoughts on Jonah, just another great fucking song. And like all these songs are so fun to play, and that's why I love this band, is playing songs that we love to play, playing songs that we love to listen to, something that we would listen to on our off time. That's why I like being in this band, and that's why I like these songs. Jonah specifically, I was kind of iffy on it at first. Like it sounds really I don't want to say basic, but it is kind of. And then once we got in the studio and started working it out, and Bivens helping us out, Jonah became easily one of my favorites until we finished Hellbound. And then Hellbound is not my favorite again.
Do you want it strum slow like that, or kind of give
Maybe
it?
the last one. Let's try it.
I missed him. Do it again.
The last word's not right.
So playing Jonah, at first I played a lot of music. I played a lot of notes. And that was okay. Kind of mudded the song up a little bit, but toned it down a little bit during the recording process. Sounds a lot, it's a little more simple, but it still packs the punch. So, I mean, take, for instance, Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold. A lot of that song, it's a straight beat. But, like I said, it packs a punch. It's simple, but it still just kind of kicks you in the ass.